We're getting reaction tonight after Xcel Energy agrees to a huge settlement with thousands of Marshall Fire victims. The utility company expects to pay $640 million to those who joined the lawsuit against them, which was set to go to trial this week. The fire in December of 2021 destroyed more than 1,000 homes and buildings. It's estimated that that fire caused nearly $2 billion in damage. An investigation by the Boulder County Sheriff determined that fire had two starting points. The first was from embers from a days-old fire that reignited. The other was a damaged Xcel Energy power line. Your reporter Karen Morfitt has been following this developing story all day. And Karen, you spoke with an attorney involved in this case and community leaders who have been working to rebuild.
Right, Michael, and they both say this settlement, while not final, is a big step in putting this tragedy behind them. Going to trial could have meant months or even years in court, and that this is a compromise. In a statement, Xcel says more than half of the $640 million payout will come from insurance coverage, and that none will come from its customers in the form of rate hikes. The settlement is not final until each of the roughly 4,000 plaintiffs involved sign off on the agreement and their individual offers. Denver attorney James Avery was among the first to file suit against the utility company. He explained next steps in the settlement process, saying many of his clients want closure and help putting the pieces back together. This agreement brings them closer to that goal. Superior Mayor Mark Lasis had a similar response.
Have basically these 12 groups of law firms that have an agreement in principle, an agreement as to an overall amount. All the individual plaintiffs now have to be presented with settlement agreements with specific dollar amounts, which will be confidential, and those dollar amounts will represent their final settlement.
It's been a very long 3.5 years to recover, and we're about 80% rebuilt here in Superior. But there's still people who haven't yet rebuilt and moved back home. So we don't consider the recovery complete until everybody's back home moving.
Now, in a statement, Xcel's president says, in part, we recognize that the fire and its aftermath have been difficult and painful for many, and we hope that our and the telecom defendants' contributions in today's settlement can bring some closure for the community. Now, we know that some homeowners have been asked not to discuss the settlement. Others are reacting tonight, and your reporter in Boulder County, Sarah Herbakowitz, is going to have much more on the settlement coming up tonight at 10.
Yeah, one step closer to closure for a lot of those families.
Yeah, a lot of them, some, were hoping maybe to go to trial because the amount in that case would have been much larger, but there was a lot more risk there. And so it'll be interesting to hear from some of those homeowners.
Yeah, thanks, Karen.